patterns, we've got to write once or initial publish patterns. So we're working on this file. What we first do is we copy it from local to the cloud, and that's just drag and drop. I just drag it into my browser. But after that, that file lives in the cloud, and the primary copy of this file is now in the cloud. I'm going to have lots of different people using the data with varying levels of access. So I might give some users read-write permissions, some other users read-only permissions. But interaction with the data in the cloud is very heavy because people are using the whiteboard, whereas over in online backup world, we talked about how very few people are using it. In terms of, I just want to make sure I've hit all the highlights. Also, the way we think about these tools is different. With backup, the key usage concept is the amount of data we're dealing with, whereas with Collaborate and storage, it's really the number of users is the key concept. So when you're selling, this turns into how do you sell this to your customers? Are you going to sell them 500 gigs? Well, for backup, you might. But with Collaborate, no, you're not. You're going to sell them 50 users, and the number of gigs is just a sort of a bullet point item in the fine print. Most important features with backups, encryption, versioning, recoverability, security, with storage, sharing access control, in-cloud editing, audit reports, reporting. Primary audience, this is also another important one for you as companies who are selling product. Collaborate is a mass market product. Everybody you talk to should be using Collaborate. So when you deal with a company, if they've got 100 employees, every single one of those needs a Collaborate account to leverage the product. Whereas with backup, that's not necessarily true. Some of them might be given backup accounts, but generally the IT guy is going to take care of the backup procedures. Now, if you're dealing with consumers, of course it's different. In consumer land, every person has their own backup account. But Collaborate is a truly mass market product. This is a product that people really want to use. This is a product that very quickly proliferates itself throughout the organization and beyond enterprise boundaries. Whereas backup, frankly, is a pretty nerdy product that only appeals to a certain market sector. And I say that as a backup engineer. And generally, what are we replacing? So with backup, we're replacing on-premises tape, disk, on-premises for hardware backup, whereas with storage, it's FTP, email attachments, you send it, SharePoint, Exchange, public folders, and on and on and on. So what does all this mean to you? Well, first and foremost, there's really an opportunity here for you to get into the front end of a leading technology, bring a product to market that is really a recurring revenue software subscription model from your customers, help you build brand awareness, and really help you build out the number of services that you're delivering to your customers. What does Collaborate mean to your users? Well, fundamentally, having a tool that allows them to quickly and easily work on files together. So avoid timely and slow email attachments, edit and review documents in the cloud, avoid program compatibility issues. This system works with any platform and any content, maintain version histories, maintain audit trails, replace FTP tools or shared network drives. In this world, you no longer use the X drive on the network to actually collaborate on tools. You use the product. So in terms of the business element of Collaborate, one of the very cool things about this product is that it is self-proliferating. And what I mean by that is that one Collaborate account for one user is useful, but nowhere near as useful as if all of that person's friends and colleagues is using Collaborate as a product. So what you'll see in the product is it's super easy for a user to add other users into the system. And every time that happens, you get more revenue. So your ability to build revenue passively from this is pretty high, because this product and many other products like it take a land and expand marketing model. It's a viral marketing model where you get it into your customers in a small way, and then as they begin to use it, it self-proliferates across that entire business. In terms of just also helping you, there's a free Collaborate instance available from SOS for you to use in your company. It's a great way to get to know the product, and frankly, it's just a great productivity tool. So make sure you call in and get access to your free Collaborate instance. And I think that's probably one of the best ways to get to know the technology, frankly. So just briefly, I'm going to show you a rough ROI model, a return on investment model for selling Collaborate. I must emphasize I'm not the best person to do this for you. The best way to get one of these done is if you call in and talk to our partner specialists. They'll ask you a bunch of questions. It'll take about 15 minutes, and based upon your answers, they'll give you a model for the way you can sell Collaborate in your business and give you a sense of revenue, costs, and profit over time. So that's a really valuable exercise. I think you're probably going to call in to get your own free Collaborate copy anyway. You're going to call in to register for Kindle. While you're there, I highly recommend you ask for an ROI model. But just taking a base example here, we've got a partner, and this partner's got 50 customers, and the average number of users per company, well, let's do the next one. Sorry, 50 companies. Of those, 1 in 5, conversion rate, 1 in 5 are going to buy Collaborate from this partner. Pretty conservative. Over in backup land, we've seen much greater uptakes than 20%, but let's use 20% for this model. Of those companies who do purchase backup, they've got 5 users each. So we end up with 50 user accounts needed. Now, the average retail price for this product in this category is $15 per user per month. Huddle is much more expensive than that. This is the box.net pricing, and SharePoint, again, is much more expensive than that. So $15 per user per month is the price to your customers. Now, on this model, what that yields to you as a partner is a profit of $5,375 on a yearly basis, a gross margin of 60%. And I'm really proud of our team for getting this product to market in a way that lets you, the partner, make 60%. I don't want to pick on audience members, but the last 4 comments, Mark, Todd, Fred, and Ron, I'd be interested if you've got any products in your suite where you're selling them at a 60% gross margin on revenue. It's very uncommon. So it's one of the things we're committed to here. Over with our backup program, we've always been committed to doing 50 to 60% gross margin as well. Now, there are all sorts of payment options available to you as partners. There's a monthly payment option. There are annual payment options where you can get discounts. There are bulk volume purchasing programs. It can get a little bit complicated. Again, talk to our partner specialists about getting pricing. But flipping through again in terms of just to give you a perspective of all the different features of the product and which end user industries might be interested in it. There's an admin dashboard where you can create, modify user accounts, control quotas, log in as any of your users. There's plugins that let you view AutoCAD files, let you edit documents in the cloud. It can all be branded. There's a reporting module where you can see all your file statistics, user statistics, undelete files, search files. You can set your file retention policies, incoming folders. This is kind of like a file inbox. So you can just let anybody upload content to a special incoming folder. Guest accounts, zip downloads, audit trails, share and unshare files and folders, view and edit files in the browser. It goes on and on and on and on. So as you can see, it's a very fully featured, well-baked solution right out of the gate, and we're going to turn to product demo in just a second. Mark comments, no 60% product margins in our line. Well, Mark, there will be after this. Todd asks, can we get a copy of the presentation? Great question, Todd. As a matter of just standard practice, you'll get an email within, I think it's 24 hours, but it might be as much as 48 hours, with a link to the video of the presentation today. So absolutely. And if you call in and talk to the partner team, they can actually just give you the PowerPoint. Okay, so in terms of getting started, and this really brings us to the end of the presentation piece of the webinar, we'll move on to Q&A and product demo now. Call in, register for the Kindle giveaway. The phone number is 877-896-3611 here in the United States, or if you're calling from outside the United States, the number is +1 310-878-2626. Follow the prompts to sales, and after speak to a partner specialist, and then register for the Kindle. Book an ROI. I think, in my opinion, that's one of the best ways for you to get educated about the economics of the Collaborate product, and ask for your free Collaborate instance so that you can actually start using the product yourself. Beyond that, it's as simple as then selecting the partner program plan you want to be in, working with us to rebrand everything. Of course, we'll rebrand everything you've seen, so you'll be selling your Collaborate instance. It'll be, I mean, in terms of branding, it's easier to, in the online backup world, we would launch toddkleeonlinebackup.com, just to, again, pick on an audience member. Sorry, Todd. With Collaborate, you can brand it however you like, but the fundamental point is we're going to rebrand and white label everything for you, so it's fully hosted and running, but all under your name. And then really getting user accounts out among your customers. Because of its self-proliferating nature and because of the viral marketing aspect of this product, that's really the best way for you to drive market share. So if we've got questions, now's the time to ask them. And while you're asking those questions about the technology or the company or the reseller program, I'm going to fire up a product demo here for us. All right, hopefully that is coming through on the screen. Can I just get confirmation that there's the video of my browser is coming through? Okay, great. So we've got some questions here. Tony asks, are there CVS-style dock branches locked checkout, check-in? Tony, under the hood, we've got a very similar system, a similar lock-based system to CVS. We abstract a lot of that away for the users, though, because that level of complexity traditionally has hurt document management systems. So a lot of the research we've done shows that the traditional sort of programmer approach to document management does not translate well into the business world. So under the hood, we're using that very functionality, but for users, you've got simple point-in-time check-ins. So you can fork content. So for example, if I find a file here with a version tree, so view version history. So you can see this particular file's got 7 different versions. Now I can make any particular one of these current, which is going to fork the tree, and then I can start to upload on top of it